At what age do you feel like you started to get, what I would call kind of that eye of the tiger of I got something to prove. I know I can outwork everybody and create something. Was that high school age? Beyond that, I know from what I read, you had a few, your entrepreneurial success wasn't immediate, right? And you had to,
No.
go through some shit. So walk us through like kind of when you felt like you got that itch, that eye of the tiger, and then maybe some of those earlier years when you really had to grind through.
Yeah, so the eye of the tiger, kind of the eye of the tiger, or the desire to prove a point, came early on in my life. I'm talking like elementary school, junior high, because when you're bullied, beat up, told to go back to your own fucking country because you don't belong here, your parents are taking all of American jobs, you don't speak the language, you don't understand the culture, you're constantly moving from Section 8 to Section 8 housing, so you're going to different schools, you're always the new guy with the funny haircut, with the funny clothes. You start developing almost like a Mr. Evil type, a Dr. Evil type mentality. Like, I will show the world. Now, you could either go towards the darkness and be an evil person, or I was like, you know what? I will fucking show everybody. Like, one day I will be rich. Like, I knew that mantra was constantly, one day I will be rich. We won't live in the Section 8 housing. My dad will not say that we're running out of money before we run out of month. Like, that was his fucking mantra, man, that we're always running out of money before we run out of month. My sister worked at a pizzeria when we came here. She's 16 years older than me. And bro, the fucking owner of this pizzeria was so hands-on with her, was so grabby, was so suggestive. And my sister would come home crying. And my dad would be like, work another month. We still need more money to get out of this shithole apartment. And she would cry and say, I want to quit. I don't want to go there. Now, when you look at the math, I'm 6 years old. My sister's 21 years old at the time, like 16 years older. Bro, all I could do was see my sister cry. And I remember going up to her and saying, one day I'm going to be so rich, you'll never have to work again. Thinking that in that moment, I'm solving her problem, which I wasn't. But that kind of stuck with me. That chip on my shoulder, the fire in my belly, the rage in my eyes, as my therapist calls it. He goes, that stuck with you. And here we are now, 16 years. The last 16 years, my sister has never had to lift a finger. I've got her on payroll, full benefits, her whole family, her house taken care of, because she was like a mom figure to me, man. And so I made good on my promise, obviously decades later, because I was a child. The point I'm making is that chip on my shoulder started early on by getting bullied and pushed around and picked on, and told that I wasn't the one that was supposed to make it. Thankfully, around 20, 21 years old, when I became a certified personal trainer, there was this one older gentleman named Jim Franco. He was my personal training client. And he saw something in me. I think he saw that chip on my shoulder, the rage in my eyes, and he was like, why don't you open up your own personal training studio? You're getting paid $12 an hour at this big box gym to train rich people like me. And I was a little pompous and arrogant. I was like, look, man, if I knew how, I would, right? Just trying to challenge him. And he's like, well, first of all, you don't know how to sell. You're an order taker. When clients come up to you, they say they want training, and you just sign them up. Otherwise, you let people walk by giving you an objection. I was like, damn, all right. So he started to really pour into me. He brought me cassette tapes that were, Tom Hopkins, Jay Abraham, man, Zig Ziglar, these like sales and marketing. And all of a sudden, I'm understanding entrepreneurship and charisma and building rapport and talking about benefits instead of features. And this guy had no reason to befriend me like this, but he saw something in me, and he kind of became my rich dad, kind of like Robert Kiyosaki's book. So Jim Franco saw something in me. When I was ready to open up my first personal training gym in 2001, 2000, I asked him for a loan, and he gave me a $50,000 loan for 8% interest. And he said, I will be your business partner, 50% business partner, even after you pay me back. And I didn't know how to negotiate. Clearly,
Oh
like,
man, he got you.
he got me. But till this day, like, we're still good friends. He's 80 something years old now. Actually, he just had his 81st birthday. But you know what? That was a great lesson. And some of the lessons learned by my mentor were taught to me in the most savage and brutal way, that he loaned me money with a high interest rate. And he was still my business partner even after I paid him back. But one gym became 5 gyms. Those 5 gyms ended up selling. They were called Premier Results. And I got my first taste of entrepreneurship, that I could make money on my own terms. Yes, I'm going to work harder than I've ever worked, but it's for my outcome. And if I want, I can have a big sale and have an exit and then go try something new. And I'm part entrepreneur, part artiste. Like, I'm a very creative person. Hell, all of us are. You guys are entrepreneurs. you also have ideas, you're creative, and you want to explore new things. And I realized entrepreneurship allows me to explore that artistic side of me. And so, which is why I'm in, apparel and supplementation and software and anything that I have interest in. I now understand the entrepreneurial formula to build it, scale it, and sell it. And so I could do it. And it's been an amazing journey. It certainly has had its pitfalls and bumps and bruises and detours, but that's the human condition, man.